My name is Jeff, and I am the Chief Creative Officer at an advertising agency here in Rochester. But for the next 8 minutes, I want you to think of me as a plover. More specifically, an Egyptian plover. A plover that lives in the sub-Saharan wetlands of Africa. A plover that also lives in the mythical stories of Greek historian Herodotus from the 5th century BC. A story in which a plover peacefully coexists with an alligator. A story that is also widely used as an example of persistent symbiotic mutualism. Two organisms from different species that enter into a relationship in which each benefits. The plover getting a free diet of scraps plucked from between the alligator's teeth. The alligator benefiting from the improved dental hygiene received by the removal of debris he couldn't otherwise clean. This plover idea then of finding out what the other person wants and helping them get it is one that I find applies to my personal life, and if you're married, you probably know how that rolls. It is also the basis for some of the more meaningful professional relationships I have at the office. But it is not a belief widely accepted by the community when it comes to engaging creatives for the purpose of pro bono. Creatives do work for free, but they do secretly want something back, and that something back is not necessarily just the warm, fuzzy feeling all over that they get from helping the cause. The something back is that they get to do work that they're truly proud of, work that helps elevate the quality of their portfolio. Almost all the creatives that I work with are intrinsically motivated, meaning they get their sense of accomplishment from within themselves for doing work that meets their own personal standards. So for pro bono symbiotic mutualism to work, there are a couple rules of engagement to consider. Creatives must help the cause meet their business objective. It's not creative if it doesn't sell. And they will work for free if they can do the stuff that they really love, stuff that they're excited about and are proud of, and they will continue to work for free right up until they're told exactly what to do and exactly how to do it. I think you'll find that if these rules are at least acknowledged, that really good stuff happens. The creatives can do the best possible work that they can do, and the causes and the community benefit as a result. An example of this is work that was done for the upstate chapter of the National MS Society, and their challenge of encouraging participation in 3 different bike MS events while at the same time raising money. Instead of simply hanging signs in the local bike shops, the creatives decided to go where the cyclists were cycling, canal paths and other high-traffic bike areas. And because MS robs thousands each year of the ability to walk, the creative team thought that there was no better way to demonstrate this startling statistic than to rob a bicycle of its ability to move. This central idea led them here, to a junkyard, and 24 discarded bikes, and to a power washer, and then to a shop where the bikes were dismantled, stripped of their moving parts, before proceeding into a paint booth. What emerged from the paint booth were 24 MS orange bikes with a call for entry for the rides, each robbed of their mobility. These were placed in the canal paths and around the city, each with a QR code that allowed people to enter the rides from the bikes. These strange orange bikes were picked up by social media and even the local news, where the event organizers got a chance to promote their event. And yes, the creators made posters to hang in the local bike shops. All of this helped the upstate chapter realize a 14% increase in participation and a 30% increase in funds raised. And the creatives are really excited about the opportunity to work on this assignment. And although they are intrinsically motivated, they are pure suckers for third-party validation, which in this case came in the form of little creative statues. Another example of this belief at work in the community is the creative that was done for wall therapy. More than 4 billion people around the globe lack access to even the most basic radiological imaging for disease diagnosis, so wall therapy uses its mural project to bring those services to developing countries, a service that helps save hundreds of lives. The project started with 11 internationally recognized artists, and wall therapy asked the creative team for help with a simple tri-fold brochure. But the creators thought that this project deserved so much more, and they created Exposed. Each brochure a custom numbered edition that was used to solicit donations at the highest levels. The brochure featured all 11 artists and their work, but the brochure as well was also interactive, allowing readers to interact and participate with the printed page with tablets and cell phones, able to view gigapans, close-ups of the dioramas of the murals. They could view mural locations on interactive maps, or even watch a short film about the pictures in the brochure. And if the brochure wasn't interactive enough, you could actually move the last page and use it to make your very own wall therapy statement. All this helped wall therapy sell out of the brochure, exceed their funding goals, and go on to become known as one of the 15 must-see street art festivals in the world. So if you're a not-for-profit cause looking for help from smart people, including occasionally creatives, I would urge you to find out what the other person wants and find a way to help them get it. It helps avoid a zero-sum game of winners and losers and those who give and those who take, and instead it creates a community where there are a lot more getters. And in the end, a community that looks a lot more like plovers and alligators. Thank you.